And you gotta be fairly careful if you don't want to stain pants and stuff like that. Kaylee will be mad at me.
She's doing the
Got
washing.
yeah, she got me new pants even, not just
Ah.
washing. She's like, don't stain these. Actually, I'm supposed to change into different shorts today, so that.
Oh yeah, it's a big ask in the jungle not to get shit dirty.
Yeah, and I'm generally lazy about changing, so
I see. That's
we take them apart like
yeah,
that,
yeah.
and then actually it's even more space efficient um, if we take them apart. Maybe you can do that. So basically,
Oh yeah.
you try to keep the skin intact, like not ripping the stem off.
Yes.
And yeah, basically, and then this stuff, you see the sap, it's good to avoid. Sometimes it could be annoying on the hands too. This one's okay, but don't get too much of it anyway on your skin and hands, and
Yeah.
and definitely clothes if you care about. Unless you have special harvesting clothes.
I see. Good
There
to
was
know.
one guy that always would put on special work clothes.
Yeah.
Other guys also had that, but one guy in particular, he was always very diligent. More than me anyway. I'm kind of like, so yeah, if you want you can do that. So let's see.
Yeah, because I buy those for $1, like for that amount at the market.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, I'm pretty excited to be able to harvest some.
Well, yeah, imagine if you get your own rack. That's even better.
Much better, because well, I mean that's the dream eventually, is just to live predominantly off bananas.
Okay, well, yeah, you're in the right place.
Yeah, because really.
Fruithaven has like 15 or maybe 13 or I don't know how many banana varieties.
Yeah,
we have about
this is my
half
favorite.
I think.
Definitely my favorite variety is this
I'm
one.
trying to expand. There's the apple banana. I think I like it a little more, but I planted some recently, so they haven't produced. So yeah, that's another separate thing. But how do you plant the bananas? So you take those little suckers that I showed you, you dig them out carefully to maintain the roots. You plant them in a spot. So someone stuck one there and one here, and lo and behold, after about a year it takes to start producing. Depends on the variety and the soil and all the other conditions. But in this region, if you have decent soil, for the Orito variety, it's about a year. Other varieties might take about a year and a half. And then I'll get to, and then the, year and a half, like the red one. Seda, I like the Seda. These are okay. That's not my most favorite. They're okay. I like that they're really sweet, which means like you only need a few of them if you're gonna make like a smoothie or something, and then I add other bananas and water and whatever else to dilute it.
Yeah.
They can be actually too sweet, almost like dates.
Yeah, they're very rich.
Very nice, yeah. And I think there's even 2 varieties of them, because I've noticed like a bigger variety and a little smaller one, or maybe it's just the way it grew. I don't know. I just haven't figured it out, but yeah. And I don't think I've seen this variety anywhere else in the world, so I'm not sure if it's localized to here or something. Originally bananas arrived from like Southeast Asia, but somehow they've kind of gone very far distances. Here they basically think they're native, I guess, but we know that they're not scientifically. So there's a lot of native fruits and plants from this area, of course, some that are spread, like the avocados, the cacao, the chilies, all the nightshades, like the potatoes, which are from the Andes, from the mountains.
Yep.
And then there's yucca, I think, is also native here. So yeah, throw it back there so it fertilizes again.
Yeah, see.
And yeah, it's all good.
Amazing.
Bananas continue, and they can live many years. I read on the internet it says like 6, and I actually asked a local farmer guy that he said about 5, 6 also.
Wow.
But then they'll sort of continue, because as long as they're replanted, they're gonna just keep living. So they're essentially immortal.
Man, and there's so many like that would keep me going for
these
a couple
are
weeks.
Oh yeah, so another detail I was thinking about on the way to say, like, it takes So from this stage to become soft and sweet, edible, would be about 2 weeks.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then you only have maybe about 2 weeks to eat them, so they start
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
bad. But if you have like refrigeration, they could last a bit longer. Freezing, of course, can last maybe a year or something.
Yes.
The only downside of freezing, I don't like to consume it cold. Like ice creams are nice, but I notice it's not very good for the teeth and
Yeah, it's not.
generally like the body. And then
Yeah, it's not good for you, is it?
it's almost getting to the point of very processed, because it's like frozen, kind of ruins the cells, and then
Yeah.
blending it, even oxidize. Like if we get those oxygen-free blender, like the, what are
Yep.
they called? I forget. The ones that suck the
Yep.
vacuum blender.
Vacuum.
Yeah.
Yep.
So those may be a better option if you're gonna do the blending.
Yeah, I guess the best strategy is like you can let the sun kind of cook them. Like if you leave them some out in
Oh
the
yeah,
sun
to warm
and
them
some.
back, you mean, after the freezer?
Sorry, no.
Oh.
At this stage, to ripen them quicker, you'd put
Oh.
some in the sun a bit, and then
Yeah.
you'd leave some in the cool,
Oh, I see.
and that
Yeah.
way you can time it a
It's
bit
not
better.
too much. Yeah, the temperature does make a difference. The
Yeah.
sun itself here, it actually can burn the skin
Oh,
a little,
okay,
which is
okay.
not so bad for the actual fruit, I don't think. But it's interesting because maybe, I don't know if you saw, but along the way on the road there's some bananas that fell. And
Yeah, I
they were
did see
getting
that.
black. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
So
yeah,
one
I
of
see,
the
okay.
workers wanted them, so I told him.
I see.
Yeah.
Sure.